The salmon ladder is a fundamental to Ninja Warrior and is essential to learn because it shows up in a whole bunch of competitions and it's on the show. But you may be wondering, how do you learn the salmon ladder? Well, today I'm going to teach you guys the 5 steps on how to do the salmon ladder, as well as 3 bonus tips on how to improve your form. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into step 1. So step 1 is going to be called knees to elbows. Now, what these are basically you're hanging from a bar and you're bringing your knees to your elbows. There should be a video playing for you all right now. This actually helps gain some of the power needed to bring the bar up from rung 1 to rung 2. It actually comes from your legs, not your arms. So it's important to learn this because it is a full body motion. You shouldn't just be using your arms, you should be using your legs, especially if you don't have that powerful of a pull-up. So for beginners, I definitely recommend to learn knees to elbows. It really helps out on the salmon ladder, and once you're comfortable doing knees to elbows, we can go right into step 2. So step 2 is going to be a pull-up. This isn't just any pull-up, it is a very fast pull-up. You want to pull your body up pretty much as fast as you can, because this is, again, where some of the power comes from for bringing that bar up from rung 1 to rung 2. You're kind of working against gravity here, so you need that fast pull-up motion in order to bring that bar up from rung 1 to rung 2. So basically try to work on your pull-ups, getting them pretty much as fast as you can going up. And once you're feeling comfortable with these pull-ups, we can start moving on to step number 3. So step 3, we are basically combining steps 1 and 2, the knees to elbows and the fast pull-up, and we're combining them. And this time, we're actually going to bring the bar up with you, just touching the bottom of that second rung. As you can see here on the video playing, I'm using my knees and my arms to gain the power to touch that second rung. We're not quite going around the rung yet because we haven't learned that motion yet, but we are starting to get comfortable, moving the bar and just getting comfortable with these motions. So once you're touching the second rung pretty consistently on this 3rd step, you're going to want to move on to the 4th step, which is actually combining steps 1 through 3, but adding the motion of taking the bar out of the rung. So basically, you're going to want to combine the knees to elbows, the pull-up, as well as touching that second rung with the bar, and you're also going to want to add the motion of taking the bar out of the rungs and just landing on the ground with it. This will get you all comfortable with the motion of actually bringing the bar around the rung, because this is actually where I see the most trouble of people doing the salmon ladder. It's that they can't take the bar out and up. So this will help you guys generate the motion for that, as well as just practicing the obstacle more. So once you get comfortable with this exercise, we're going to move on to step 5, which is actually combining all 4 steps together and doing that first salmon ladder rung. So basically, you're going to want to combine the knees to elbows, the pull-up. You're not quite going to want to touch that second rung with the bar, but you are going to want to pull that bar out and up and over that second rung in order to land it on top of the second rung. You'll be seeing a video of me doing it right now. It's a very complicated and long process, so just keep practicing. Remember to do all parts of the salmon ladder. Just keep practicing, and I know you'll get it. So before I end the video, I'm going to be showing you guys 3 quick tips in order to improve your form at the salmon ladder. So the first tip is going to be switch grip. Now, a lot of you all know this, but just in case there's some newbies out there, I'm just going to clarify this. If you hold the bar normally like any other bar, it'll spin. because the bar isn't, fixed in one place, it moves. So you're gonna wanna have one hand on one side of the bar and then one hand on the other side of the bar facing the opposite direction to prevent it from spinning. This will make the process of doing the salmon ladder a whole lot easier than just normally holding a bar like normal. My second tip for improving your form on the salmon ladder is actually a lesser known tip, but I still want to clarify this because it is very important. It is to keep your hands about shoulder length apart, maybe a little further than shoulder length apart on the bar. It helps you keep the bar in more control than if your hands were like this. If your hands were like this, then it obviously keeps the bar in more control. It won't, tilt as much. If you're like this, you're probably going to tilt the bar more than you would with your hands out here. So that's tip number 2. And tip number 3 is a pretty obvious one, but I just want to clarify this because a lot of people fall on this during competitions, and believe it or not, the actual show, whether it's the salmon ladder or some other bar tech obstacle, it is keeping the bar even on both sides of the rungs. Now this may be a pretty obvious one, but I have seen a bunch of people fall on this because they weren't checking, the bar. You don't want to fall on some stupid mistake, right? So make sure to practice the motion of fixing the bar, just in case that happens to you in a competition or maybe even on the show, because that would suck if you felt like that. So those are my 3 quick bonus tips for the salmon ladder. I'm gonna ask you all in the comments of this video, just tell me if this video was helpful and if you want to see more tutorials in the future. I really enjoyed making this video, and I really do want to help you all out in the future with some obstacles that give people the most difficulty. So thank you all so much for watching the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching.